we're continuing our discussion on the symbolism of leaven. When we last talked, we was on the venuous stage, and we were talking about how the kingdom. We looked at Matthew 13:33. We'll just read it again. Matthew 13:33. Another parable spake he unto them. The kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened. And we were speaking about how the 3 measures were Moshe, the Messiah Yahusha, and Elijah or Eliah. And Moshe gave a blueprint. He set the foundation. Yahusha came to magnify the law, and that's what we're going to look at. That's what we're going to look at in a couple verses here, right? And Elijah also, all right? Isaiah 42:21. Yahweh is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. Okay, he's going to raise the law up. He's going to the word magnify actually means to make large. When you think about leaven, the Messiah gave another parable that talks about, it's either the Messiah or Paul, talks about a little bit of leaven. Leaven is the whole lump. You know, a little bit of yeast will leaven a lot of dough. All right, don't take much, and it will make that dough a lot bigger. All right, but the Messiah didn't come to corrupt anything. So in this case, the venuous case, something good happens. All right, you get the wine, you get, the wine that has a symbolic meaning itself. All right, but in this case, the Messiah came, he magnified the law, he made it great. All right, Matthew 17:11. And Yahusha answered and said unto them, Eliah truly shall first come and restore all things. And he's letting people know that, because they were talking about, well, if you're the Messiah, what happened to Elijah? Because he's supposed to come before you. And that's written in the book of Malachi. All right? Now, the Messiah answered them and told them, yeah, Elijah, you have to come before me. You're right. All right? And if we was to keep on going, it talks about how John the Baptist was an antitype for the Messiah. For Elijah. All right? But he's letting people know that Elijah is part of this lump, because before he came, Elijah has to come. All right. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures. All right. Malachi 4:4. Remember ye the law of Moshe, my servant, which I commanded him in Horeb for all Israel, with statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So once again, they are your 3 measures. All right, you have Moshe. He said, remember the law of Moshe. Remember the law of Moshe, which I commanded him at Horeb for Israel. Okay? And then Elijah, the prophet, he's going to come before the great day of Yahweh. Before the great day of Yahweh. Because he has to turn the hearts of the fathers back to the children, and the hearts of the children back to the fathers. Alright? So they are your 3 measures of the law. Alright? That's the venuous process. Alright? That's how we get the fruit from the vine, that wine. Alright? Now we're going to look at the putrefactive process, or putrefaction. Alright? And this defined by Webster's, a natural process by which animal and vegetable bodies are disorganized and dissolved, or reduced to their original separate elements. Putrefaction is greatly accelerated by heat and moisture. Okay? Remember this, because we're going to look at some scriptures to show this, but it's greatly accelerated by heat and moisture. All right? Matthew 16:6. Then Yahushua said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Right? We're going to go down to the 12th verse. Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Why is he telling them beware of that doctrine? Because it's going to disorganize, dissolve, separate them from the Messiah. Beware of that. Okay? Beware of anything that's outside of that Torah. Okay? Paul wrote, hear all things, but hold fast to that which is good. And then we find out in a number of verses, there's none good but the Father. So if it's outside of that, outside of what he gave, dismiss it. Get rid of it. Don't let it be a part of your life. Don't take no action to it. Okay? We're going to look at Luke 22:31. And the master said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. Now, the word sift, when you sift something, what you're doing is you're shaking it back and forth. You have something, you have a big mass of something, and you put it in what's called a sifter. And most sifters, you shake back and forth, and what it does is it breaks down the big particles into smaller particles. Alright, then some sifters actually have a handle to it where it forces it down through the particles and breaks it down that way. Alright, but when you shake it back and forth, what's happening? It's becoming disorganized, it's dissolving, it's being reduced. Alright, and we're talking about the enemy. Alright, now the enemy desires to disturb our faith in the Word. Okay, we have to remember what happened in the garden. Alright, that's one thing that's really one of the reasons why he put that story. I mean, yeah, it was the beginning, but it's good to see what happened exactly in the beginning. Alright, just one statement crumbled Eve's faith and caused her to doubt. Alright, one statement, one question, and Eve was shook. She lost faith. She lost heart. Alright. We're going to continue our discussion, and we're going to pick up on the next part. I'm Brother Dave Well. I'm that Yahweh bidding you shalom.